Hello! Hello, Dark! I was trying to make a new outfit and I still ended up with the same style. Why do I suck at making outfits? I completely understand. Making a good outfit is almost as difficult as building a nice RP house. It's just... you need to have a certain set of skills that I feel like our personalities do not really possess. We have people for it, you know, and we are very good at delegating those very important tasks to others who can do much better job than we will ever be able to, you know, do. And I feel like there is nothing wrong with it, because at least it makes us appreciative, you know, of others who have those skills, and we can help in other ways. Like, you know, me being a jerk, you being an edgelord. Some characters I can, this one I cannot. Even the gala outfit was made by Tennessee. Aww. I don't remember... I don't remember the last time I actually created an outfit for my character. I think I usually create like simple things that are hopefully easily recognizable. And I usually don't like extreme or weird outfits. I like just, you know, casual clothes. And for PvP, I usually like something tighter, you know. I don't like things flailing around. I don't like my character being too bulky. It just makes me feel incredibly slow when I'm PvPing, at least with the sword. Alright, but I have extreme appreciation for those who have eye for detail and who can create beautiful outfits. You go in the local shop that Starter Zone has and you buy stuff and that's your outfit. Yeah, basically. For the rest of the season. Hello, Soda. Hope you had a lovely stream. My voice still hurts, so I will be a bit quiet today when I'm talking through Damien's mouth. Where did the frog go that was in the door? What frog? I haven't seen any. Oh, what do we have here? A written note, armor. Oh, gotcha. That is for Giddy's character. Very nice. Silent but Damien. You must try harder, I guess. Or you can give up, you know, and find a hobby. Looks like the manor is quiet today. Let's see if anyone's sparring. Do I even know you? Well, guess we're about to find out. Okay, let's get some nourishment first. Let's feed our vampy boy. This one instead. There you go. I'm gonna stream when nobody's around, so the chat endures my babbling. Gotcha. It is very therapeutic, isn't it? To have a chat to endure your babbling. I know exactly what you mean. And you know what else is better? If you can insult your chat. That really makes me feel better. You feed on animals? Yeah, I do. Listen, I can be bothered. For Damien, if it's blood, then that's okay. Wait, what the heck is that? The tentacles. What is it? Is that the demonic, you know, outpost? I love making outfits, but everything you can make for male characters either look like basic everyday stuff or full armor. There is almost nothing unique and creative you can do for it. I'm so glad you say that, Nephalin, because I couldn't agree more. It's a struggle. And people always give me shit, you know, for my characters looking the same, but it's not like there are that many options, you know, apart from changing a color. And since I usually only like black, white, grey, and red, it's not much of a choice there. The old ones have come. Oh yeah, I guess so. Male needs more clothes, no offense to the female characters, but you all have so much choice, they do. I would love more choice for male characters, but alas. Boobs sell. Just hair does not. Speak for yourself. You're right. You're right. Let's see if anyone's around. At least I get to have red hair on his character. Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? At first I was a bit iffy about it. I was like, maybe I'll just go, you know, black hair again. But I was so glad that you guys kind of peer pressured me into, you know, having red hair too. I think it looks really good. And it's a nice change. At least right, I read that. Draven is out trying to feed from elves, okay? Okay. It's fine. I wonder, where do people go these days for socialization? You already visited a lovely tavern keeper. To be honest, even on female, I sometimes feel like everything is just revealing as possible, and I still feel like I have no choice. Yeah. Especially with mods like Grimm's, right? It really pushes you into a certain direction of clothing, and especially if it like warps your character, you know, into different shapes and sizes. I hate that. Yeah, Grimm's is not exactly tasteful, but I understand that it has a lot to offer, you know, in terms of fantasy outfits. But I don't know. I feel like it's too much. It certainly has a place, you know, during certain seasons, but it would be so nice if some of those outfits were at least a bit more, I don't know, subtle? It's probably the right word. Like, I don't mind if there are options, you know, for certain occasions. But, come on, who would wear this? In like, you know, cold, wintry day, trying to use it as an armor. Grimm's has good clothes, but can they stop forcing different mango sizes? Right. Oh man. The gazebo is so nice. I feel like that tree is messing up my FPS. But it's just one, you know, it's not even that close to the house, so it's totally fine. I tend to never use 3 decos if I can avoid it. They're so bad. Yeah, they usually are. I agree. But then again, they're so pretty. Was there a mod update? I do not believe so. Let me see. Weavers. Mod announcements. Nope, I don't see anything. Oh, see the portal? That must be the demonic place. Let's go inspect it. We will not go like directly to it, but might as well see what's up. Must just be me. If it was just a restart, maybe your mod order changed a bit. You can probably check that. But other than that, I do not believe there should be anything blocking you from entering. But just in case, check these Steam recent mod updates. Okay. We're good on armor. So without Cliffwatch, I don't really know where to go. This is the first time I actually have to go out and look for RP. Which is kind of exciting. It took so long. Ah, what do we have here? A person. I think they left. Alright, where could we go? Bashira's Tavern, we'll try over there. Haven't been there in a while. Wolfengard, Bjorn's Mercenary. Interesting. The new guard seems to be scanning the area with a predatory intensity. Ooh. He has green shit on his eyes. It's lazy. If you're wondering what happened to the old guards, don't worry about that. We received a message from an old battle brother of ours that these lands were in dire need of some warriors. There was no way in hell that oh. It's on a timer. Oh, I kind of missed a chunk of that sentence. And I didn't even get to read this one, so yeah. Sorry. No storytelling for John today. Oh, you were joining the oh, gotcha. Gotcha. I also want to check whether I still have some money on me. Ooh, I'm getting dangerously low. Should probably replenish it at some point. Okay, so where are we going? Oh yeah, Bashira's Tavern. That is... Where is it? It is... Frozen Lake? Or River Shore? Just the only like 10 gold from house funds, and it should be good forever. Listen, I don't know how, I don't know where, okay? I think it's the Frozen Lake, if I remember correctly. It's like inside the workshop, gotcha. I'll probably check it out at some point. That would be nice. Your character would be like, notices his brother is very low on funds. Ah, look, Bashira. Mia, back at ya.
Yeah. Good to see you, Mr. Damien.
It is good to see you too, Bashira.
Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm a little bit tired, but well, and yourself?
Tired? How come? I thought that your species would be very hyperactive, never taking any naps, never sleeping on the job.
Yes.
Is it a stereotype of me to make that assumption? In that case, I apologize. You can be honest.
No need to apologize. I was just thinking, you really aren't familiar with cats. Yeah?
I know one thing. They hate me. I produce very little heat. And that is why they don't really notice or care about what I have to offer.
I think you just haven't met the right cats yet.
Maybe I haven't met the right one.
Yeah. I will tell you, no one cat is alike. Not once you get to know them, at least.
What would be an ideal cat for someone like me? Would it be a grumpy one, or perhaps a very, very enthusiastic one, who constantly wants to play?
I suppose it depends on what you're wanting to put in.
I want someone I can constantly insult and berate for doing a terrible job. I want someone to teach. I want someone who looks up to me.
Sounds more like you might want a dog. But there are some cats that, well...
How dare you?
Huh?
I already had the dog. His name was Louvel. He left.
No, I'm sorry to hear that. Wait, that rings a bell.
Louvel, the strapping young lad. Very chunky man with a goatee. He usually wore a mask and was constantly in disguise. You probably never even saw him or heard his name before. He was known also as the Hound.
The White Wolf?
Yes,
Yeah, I met him one time in his other form.
I see. Yes, he often shapeshifted into a wolf. A beautiful white wolf.
Yeah. He often seemed curious about me when I was in my other form.
Can you keep a
Well,
secret?
my true. Yeah.
I fear no man but that butler, Louvel. He terrified me. One time I was just minding my own business, looking for my room as usual. I saw him watching over me from distance across the room. His eyes pierced directly through my non-existent soul. I didn't know what he wanted, so I just ignored it. I continued looking for my room. I ventured into a completely different corridor, part of the house, and there he was. It was like he teleported there, appeared out of thin air, staring directly into my soul again. I got worried, so I decided to pick up the pace, move somewhere else, looked for other people. But when I entered the living room, there he was, waiting for me in the corner. I switched to another room, knowing full well this is not an accident. I looked out of the window, and there he was, again.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant feeling when one is being stalked.
Truly, the mixture of thrill, excitement, and impending doom was rather concerning.
I imagine so.
What would you say is the most terrifying thing you have ever encountered?
Hmm. I'd say almost getting run over by a horse.
Is that so? Who did it?
Yeah.
I want a name. I want address. I want no accomplices. And I'm not just talking about the horse.
Unfortunately, I don't have that information. Unless it was in the street when I was young. That's how I met my human.
I see. Did your human save you?
was still a kitten at the time.
Did she kiss you on the paw and put a little band-aid on the wound?
Yeah, I wasn't injured.
Probably just scared.
Yeah, very scared.
It is good that this happened, sometimes through great tragedies. Great alliances can be made. And looks like this companionship lasted a long time. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Yeah, as I've said before, I'm a very lucky cat.
Aren't all cats lucky?
Yeah. After all, bad luck is a form of luck.
Is it?
Yeah.
I always thought you either have one or you don't.
Yeah. It's possible for a person to have no luck at all. But if you have bad luck, you still have luck.
Perhaps it is just a temporary privation. In the end,
Yeah.
everything has a tendency to balance itself out in time. Unless you're a complete fuck up.
Well, if one uses up their good luck, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are immediately going to have bad luck. Yeah? Just that situations where they might have gotten lucky before, they won't.
Perhaps. You seem to speak from experience. Do you consider yourself lucky?
I've experienced my fair share of good luck.
That is good. Use it well. Because from what I
Right.
heard, these lands are now swarming with demons, devils, and all sorts of other nasty creatures.
Yeah. Have you been approached by any recently?
Let's just say that we had a surprising visitor. Indeed. He approached us with an offer. An offer only a fool would refuse.
Well,
What about you?
I haven't been approached by anyone yet. Though I was there when they were visiting Silvermoon, the people of Silvermoon. And shortly after they kidnapped Stone. And Azeroth, I believe his name is, a snake person.
Stone strikes me as someone who is very kidnappable.
Yeah. But they claimed he was useless after nobody would bargain for him. So they simply returned in Barrymore after making him a little bit crispy.
Yes, he also strikes me as someone who would be very good, well done.
Stone is not.
Yes.
I had a conversation with Stone regarding vampires.
He's
week
not the
or two
biggest
ago, I
fan,
believe.
isn't he?
No, but he's also not the first person to
Hello, Russell.
strike one down, I think. And then he does believe it's a mercy killing. And he brings up good points about corruption. Yeah? About how making excuses for one's existence leads to down a line of corruption. All good arguments, but it's also all semantics, I think is the word morals use. Well, it's nothing that can be proven. It's dependent on one's point of view.
Indeed. Do you see me as inherently evil person, Bashira? Just because of what I am?
My views on those sorts of things are a bit different. For one thing, I'm not a human. And I might fall prey to a hungry vampire. But I'm not ordinarily on their menu. To me, I tend to think more along the lines of, well, probably what most vampires think. Or at least what they claim to think. Which is we all have to eat to survive.
Indeed. We are both hunters. We're not farmers. We're not gatherers. We hunt for our prey. We kill
Well,
if we must.
I also don't blame the hunted for resenting the hunters either. It is just the way of things.
That is true. I don't think morality has nothing to do with it. I think it's just a circle of life. Inevitable outcomes of predators and prey.
Yeah, but with mortals, at least, well, no. Stock will do it too. It is natural for the prey to set up defenses, or even occasionally hunt down those that hunt them.
That is
We
true.
are all trying to survive.
After all, the best defense is offense, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, except when it's actually defense.
If I had to choose between being a prey or a hunter, you probably know what my answer would be.
Yeah.
What about you?
That's not something I usually have to think about. I didn't grow up in the wild.
Domesticated.
Yeah. I had a human.
I thought you still have one.
No, I have an elf now.
Oh,
Yeah.
have I met him or her? Or them?
Miss Armia.
Ah, of course.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense.
Yeah, I've claimed her.
You did. Did she have any choice in that regard?
I mean, I suppose she always could have left.
Ah, yes. You gave her an offer she could not refuse.
Well, let's see. She was here when I came here. I'd already scouted out the place, and she agreed to be part of our community. And after that, I took a liking to her, so I claimed her.
Can a person of god nature, such as yourself, claim multiple victims?
Yeah. I wouldn't call them victims. I don't use magic on them. Some Bakeniko do. Manipulate others. But I've never had the need to.
What if the situation was dire? Would your powers be able to charm someone to the point where they would not be able to resist?
I haven't tried.
One day, I'll make you an offer to try on someone.
I will have to consider that.
I'm sure
If
it'll
it's an
come.
experiment.
Oh yes, of course, an innocent experiment. Let's just say that I have a thorn in my side that I would like to be removed, and I feel like you would be the right person who could help me with that.
If you tell me more about that, I can see what I can do. Might turn out that that sort of tricks aren't necessary.
Perfect. Have you met Aislinn?
Yeah.
He seems obsessed about my sister, Darcy. No, I'm not the one who would stand, would block any kind of attempts or happiness. But Aislinn has much to prove, and Darcy is one of the most important people to me. I feel very protective of her. And I want to see how strong his resolve is.
I see. You might wish to consult your sister about this.
No,
Well,
she does not currently talk to me, for she is very, very angry with me.
yeah, I see. Well, if he were to fail this sort of thing...
Failure will not be tolerated.
I might need to experiment some more with that. Yeah?
Very well.
As I said, I haven't tried to sort
If
of
it's
thing
the sparring match you require, I am ready. You wanted to test, experiment. I stand right here.
You're asking me to manipulate you.
What about this one?
Well? I don't understand.
Well, I thought that you need a practice partner, a target dummy, to practice your magics.
Well, the issue is, as I've never tried to control somebody, not really sure about how good I'd be at releasing them. You don't think it would do you serve you well for this to be a permanent sort of manipulation.
I like the confidence, but I've been trained in the abilities to resist any kind of torture.
Yeah. What I'm saying is I need to know that I'm able to manipulate someone, and also that I'm able to release that manipulation.
I see. You need someone weak, someone easily controllable, and I have just the person.
And someone willing, as it won't serve either of us for this to come back and bite us later.
Fear not,
Yeah?
his consent is irrelevant. Follow me. We are going on a little adventure.
Um,
Have you ever met Alistair?
no, I don't think so.
He runs a tavern, similar to yours, so you could consider him a competition.
Yeah,
He's a bumbling fool, a peasant at best. He will be perfect. He cannot read or write. He is scared of his own shadow.
you don't want
Hello,
this to
Knight.
turn into an Double Tipple situation, though.
Oh, Stibbles.
Now?
Do not worry. We have already had a pleasant encounter with him multiple times. He knows that we like to visit his tavern, and he is very appreciative of our patronage.
Understood.
And I genuinely do not want to hurt him. I just want to introduce him to you. After all, two tavern owners, you probably have a lot to talk about. Now, we are going to Alistair's Tavern.
Which stop would that be?
That is a good question. Which one is it? God damn it. I know I made a thing. Oh, over here. No name. It's around D4. It is around D4. I think the
Sounds like...
Southern Curse City will be the closest.
Yeah, I was is going to migrate.
I'll see you there. Yes, I recognize this place. Thankfully, I did mark it on my map.
Yeah, I believe I have met this individual in passing. I don't think I got his name at the time, but you did overhear about his tavern being so far south.
Indeed. He is very easily recognizable, mostly because of his stupid haircut.
Yeah, I recognize his voice more. I didn't get to see his haircut before because he was wearing a mask. I covered part of it.
I see. A relative? How are you doing, sir? A relative of yours.
Yeah.
What's the Whitelist situation, M9? Still waiting?
Yeah, that reminds me, I might have to have a somewhat difficult talk with our new muscle. Well,
What are you talking about?
well, he's hung a tiger head on his ladder wall where he has animal heads. I don't care about the rest, and I don't care about people defending themselves or fighting animals that attack them, including cats. But I will have to ask him to take the head off.
Of course. And if he does not, I will take his head off. You got my word.
I don't think that.
I insist.
I don't think that.
Hello, Shorty. How are you? Queen of the Nerds.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to. Well, you know what? I can't control anything outside of the tavern.
Exactly. Your rules do not apply. It's this way. Oh yes, it's over there. See, it was very important for us to come this way.
Yeah. Whoa! Provides an excellent view.
Indeed. If only he was able to block out the sun. I'll ask him.
Whoa! Very pretty lights. Oh, they smell nice.
Okay, yes. Thank you, Derek. I hate those birds.
Like it's Undella, right? I think you can take care of it.
Go for it.
Personally, I find it rather entertaining how they squawk at the sight of me.
Indeed. It's like they're staring at a face of pure death and destruction.
Yeah, it's rather futile of them to panic.
Alistair! Maybe the tavern is that way.
Well, this is nice.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
the sign seems to indicate that. Oh, I see Bjorn has already put up one of his guards.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Alistair, we talked about this. This is unacceptable. What is that bumbling for?
cozy. Personally, I like my tavern better, but yeah, it's not bad.
I like your tavern better too. And you.
Yeah, thank you. Whoa! That's rather great view of nothingness.
No, soda!
There's
Yes,
mill?
truly.
More hills.
Inspiring view. Makes you really think about the vast distance. Whatever is on the horizon, and how it fades away into obscurity.
Yeah, it's rather empty. You might want to put up some decorations that bring to mind thoughts of adventure on that back porch. Well, or shortly in front of it. Make one think there's something to chase beyond the horizon. Like a bird or fancy light. Yeah. Sir? Why is your beard green?
I've never noticed. You have an eye for detail. Yes, this man is truly a mess.
Yeah, I think he's maybe been drinking too much mushroom beer.
Indeed. Or it's a moss growing on his beard.
Yeah.
This is exactly how Draven would turn out if he didn't have me as his older brother. I will try the bell again.
Yeah, I do have to give it to him. This is a rather cute little path, though.
Indeed. If he's not available, then we can stop by later. Or perhaps another day.
Alright.
But you already know how he looks, and you know what your mission is.
As I said, I'm probably more likely to recognize him by his voice. He has a rather distinctive voice.
Extremely.
Yeah, it was amusing listening to him kissing up to Madame Isabel.
Oh yes.
Back in Cliffwatch. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I do not believe he is currently available.
Yeah, like fine.
But at least you know of this place.
Yeah.
Let us return. I will accompany you back to your tavern. Or if you wish, you may join me on my way back to the manor. And see if there are others around.
I might take you up on that. I have a rather large order that I need to work on. But I think the cook is still brewing the stock for it. And we'll probably be busy for quite a while with that.
Very well. What kind of offer or order are you working on?
Yeah, quite a lot.
A
Yeah.
snack. He's a big boy. He must eat a lot.
No, it's more than a snack.
Snack.
The biggest part of the order, to be honest, is he ordered like about 100 of every kind of soup and 200 of every kind of tea. Which I think he probably didn't think about just how many varieties of tea there are. Yeah, there's bitter tea, there's mushroom tea, herbal tea, rice tea,
Rice tea.
iced tea.
Oh.
Yeah, for hot days.
Right.
And well, in Yamatai, some people like to put brown rice in with their green tea.
The mere notion of tea sounds disgusting to me, regardless of a flavor.
Well, it often has medicinal properties. Or it can.
Understandable.
Or if you want, you can think of it as like an herb broth. Yeah?
Indeed. What about blood tea?
No, I don't believe there's any recipes for that. No, I had been thinking about trying to make some blood sausage. Would that be something your family would be interested in, or it doesn't have to be liquid?
We have very picky eaters in our household. I'm sure it would be very well received.
Yeah. Speaking of, I would like to speak with somebody in your house knowledgeable on this. Sometime.
But of course. Which way to the caravan? Oh, there.
Pile of rocks. Oh wait, opposite end.
Oh yes, over there.
Yeah, that always throws me off a little bit because they're usually settled right next to the former maps.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm going back home with you then.
In that case, we are going to the manor. Snow Pass. I think. Home sweet home.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you visited our neighbors not that long ago. How are they?
Yes. Well, I didn't really have time to chat with them. I don't really know them either. Stone had been kidnapped yesterday, and I was going to. They were one of the people I was told to inform about this. Miss Mia and myself arrived. Seemed just after the kidnapping.
I see.
Oh, yes, I mentioned that earlier.
What do we have here?
Hello.
Brother,
Hello.
Aislinn. Have you noticed the portal too?
Yeah, I'm looking at the chick right next to it. She's wearing an eagle skull, harpy skull on her face, nothing but two thin ribbons across her chest, big black wings, a weird loincloth.
Oh,
Let me use my spyglass. Oh yeah. Truly an interesting sight. Have you
well,
met
she
her
is
before?
rather big.
Is it a henchman of these devils? Or is it someone?
No, that's the devil, the female one.
I see. Does she have a name?
Everyone keeps telling me it, but I always keep forgetting it. So yes, she has one. Yes, people know it. Now she's glowing. She is glowing blue.
I see. Do you have any kind of plan to approach her?
No, no, I was up there hiding in her house as she was building. She didn't seem to notice me though.
Okay. Very well. And it is probably better to leave her be for now.
Should we take her some of Madam's baked goods?
Oh yes.
Oh, now she's a bat. Now she's a giant bat. Things have escalated. Now she's looking this way. Now she's flying.
It appears so. Hello, Jess. I see Luther being chased by a wolf.
Wait, did she just fly just off the ground?
Have you seen it?
Where did she go?
Hello, Luther.
She transformed into a bat and flew down.
Yeah, but I didn't see where she landed.
Oh, it's fine, Dark. Take your time.
Right behind the big rock right in front of us. Leaning against the cliff. And it is only one portal still. They just seem to have moved the anchor. It is... The structure quite irritates me, for it has two hollow spaces in between, if that makes sense. The demon population has also decreased quite a lot in there.
Interesting.
Concerning that for sure.
We should probably warn others inside, if there are any. An attack might
afraid
be on its way.
I agree. I fear that our hands might be forced in terms of a decision soon.
Won't be the first time, won't be the last. Bashira,
I agree.
I didn't bring you here to fight. If you do not wish to be involved, I will accompany you back to the portal. But if you wish to remain, if you're perhaps afraid that demonic creature might attack us on our way to the caravan, then I will offer you an asylum in our manor.
She found the small ones.
Well,
On the pillar on the right. She's talking to them. On the edge.
Well, that's not good.
Small ones?
No,
You
it's
mean
not.
our small ones?
Yes.
Then let us go.
Low and Aquila are up there. The creature is called Ninib, from what I've gathered. She was the one accompanying Samael to the neighbors, inquiring about the trailer.
What the hell is Aislinn doing? Did he just turn into a...
Yes, though it's best not to ask questions.
Lead the way.
Oh, it's up there. Just climbing. Perhaps from the other side, though.
I actually don't know where they are.
What's your name? I don't know the area and I've never met you before.
My name is not inside.
Well,
If you wish to take it, would you want to be inside? We can have a little fly together.
Are you hitting on her?
no,
I'm not
no,
hitting on her at
God.
all.
No, she said if you want to take her name. First of all, she's probably like a lot younger than you, maybe. Second of all, is really now the time for you to be concerned with nuptials with all of your warmongering going on?
No, I just wanted to know what they call you.
I forget how stupid mortals are. On this thing,
That's just pretty nice, eh?
immortal then, but you can still be killed, like many things.
I'll just be brought back.
Yeah, I mean, everyone can be killed. Everything can be killed.
Oh, you know necromancers then.
Not really a necromancer unless Samael is considered one. Is he considered one?
Ah. Are you the little thing, the little pet?
I like to say a god dog. Yep, god dog.
Good dog. But this good dog should go. I don't need another guard dog just panting in my ear as I instruct them.
How about a bite your ear? Would you like that instead?
I suppose I should
No.
talk to Samuel about his pets. Maybe it's time for one to disappear.
I don't know about that.
If you can't keep a leash on it, it's not a very good pet.
Tight black leather, spikes, barely covering Tasset. She's probably gonna like that.
Shit, would she?
I think that's just her legs.
Look at her arms. Then.
Done with this conversation.
Good girl. Why don't you go home?
What do we call you?
It's Rachel. Her name's Rachel. I'm calling her Rachel.
Rachel?
Ah,
Stop.
Yeah. What happened to our agreement on being neutral with the devils? This is literally the worst people that could have ever approached. The devil. What the hell are they doing?
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh. You can't protect me while I have your friend.
Oh god.
Yes, I will. Let it go.
Let's not fight.
No.
Over here.
Lo, get home. Get her home.
Run, Vishnu.
Watch out for the fall. It's a doozy. Get her home.
Hello.
Do you wish to play?
Of course. What you got? We're not here.
I don't
looking
care
for
what
trouble.
you do as long as you leave mine out of it.
Are you? Aislinn, I think you said enough. What happened to our neutral stance with these creatures?
She
They all
tried
agreed
kidnapping
on-
one of ours.
You wanted
Flying
to
away
play,
with her.
didn't you?
Why would you want to
Or
kidnap
can
one
you
of
not handle
ours?
the heat once it gets too serious?
You are
Neutral
supposed.
stance.
is it always the baddest?
Hold them into the house.
Yeah.
Leave. I'm giving you your chance for your neutral stance.
Is everyone else behind us?
Yes, everyone else.
Here's the problem. If you want to strike a deal with us, you cannot just kidnap those who are under our protection.
I was not going to kidnap. They were playing, so I decided to play.
So,
Or
a
was that not what
misunderstanding.
you were doing with your insinuations?
I'm operating under limited information from this source, but I am willing to hear your side of the story.
Your little ones decided to watch. I told them perhaps they should leave. They did not. I continued the conversation. I did not harm, nor hide or hair. And then this one came. I do not know who he is, but I'm not one for jokes for too long.
I understand.
Yet a bit too much. So I decided to play the game too. Grab the little friend. That's all I did.
In that
I do not
case,
know if I intended to hurt her or not.
your reaction was understandable, and I apologize for misspeaking earlier. I didn't have all the facts.
Now you do. Perhaps you can keep the little ones away while we work. I do not have control over the demon dogs right now.
We will instruct them that should they approach your outpost, they will have to deal with the consequences.
Then we have an understanding. Now leave.
Curious.
I understand that you wanted to protect them, Aislinn, but we cannot do much without our healers present.
She didn't get taken. I did all I did. After she dropped her, I stopped attacking her. Simple as that. I got what I wanted. Didn't continue the fight.
Well, is that yours?
I'm glad you were around to protect him.
She's good. Alright.
Draven,
Brother. I figured I shouldn't have intermixed if the swords were put back in their sheaths.
indeed, no need to show all our cards. I do not know how powerful this devil was, but I am glad that we didn't have to verify it with our own skin.
I wasn't gonna press the fight. There's no need.
I
You
appreciate
shouldn't have worried about her anyway. The foot soldiers we fought before. They are challenge enough.
Very well. Before we openly decide to go against them, I would still like to meet them first on neutral grounds. After that, everything goes. We will let them know of our stance, but for now, there is no need to rush into senseless violence that might cost us more than we are willing to invest, especially with so many guests around. Let us return back to the manor. Lorelei, where is Aquila?
What? She's right.
She's right there,
Oh, right.
next to you.
I thought it's just a random dog. They all look the same to me.
Wow.
So, is that true? You two just wanted to play, and she offered to,
What? Why would I
perhaps
want-
make you fly?
Hey? No.
And what did you do there? But I'm just curious.
We were just watching her build and then she came over. And Aquila made some dumb choices.
What kind of choices?
You'll have to talk to her. She'll tell you.
She doesn't seem to be in a speaking mood. She's growling.
Yeah, she'll get out of that. Just give her a minute.
Make her talk. Use your fairy dust, pixie dust, or whatever.
Is that what
There's
you think
anything
it
I've
does?
learned. Anything I've learned over the last 3 days is you cannot make a woman talk. You have to wait until they're ready.
Words of wisdom. Words to live by.
Yeah, I would have learned them earlier.
Also, we've warned everyone in the house to not go over there to watch any part of the camp unless you are able to be stealthy.
Very good.
Yeah, we were until somebody was dumb. Why don't you tell everybody what you did, Aquila?
Did Lazlo make
doesn't-
it back?
I don't know where he is.
Aquila, we are not here to judge you. Nothing happened. We got lucky. And that's what matters. Now tell me, what did you do there? What truly happened, from your perspective?
I'm gonna grab some things from inside. I'll be right back.
She might be time. Slow, did you say that she needs time for her transformations? Sometime. It depends. I don't know. Sometimes she changes back instantly, other times she doesn't. I mean, I could tell him if you don't want to, Aquila. Sammy, no?
Did you just attempt to grunt? That's poor.
Either grunt or sigh.
You want me to?
I'm not here to try and understand you, bloody elderly.
Honestly, it'd be better coming from you because you're the one that did it. You know, responsibilities and whatnot.
Hazen, why don't you try? Seems like you were there, willing to risk your life to protect her.
Yes.
I don't know how it escalated. I got there as he was reaching to grab low. I don't know what started the incident.
Right.
We were just watching, and we had been watching for a while. Luther was up there with us, and then I think he went to go back to get somebody or something, so we were hiding next to the tree.
Of course, to make some
And then Aquila stepped out from behind the trees, the open area, and was standing there, and then tried waving at the demon, and then the demon pulled her magic out, so Aquila pulled her magic out, and then the demon turned into a weird creepy bat thing, and then we couldn't find where the demon went, and so we were gonna go, but then the lady showed up behind us, and then that's about the time that Aslan showed up after Aquila was like sassing and saying that like she can't die, and basically told her that she was one of Samael's pups or something. It was dumb. It was really, really dumb.
And at that point, I told the thing, devil, whatever the woman is, go back home. And she did not. She reached out to grab low, and I pulled out a weapon. And I told her again, no. She decided to grab her, and I talked about taking off with her. So I cut her, had her drop low, and that's where I stopped. kept my sword out in case she tried anything else, but I didn't continue to hit her. I gave the order to get them home, and I just stayed on top of the hill watching, making sure she didn't try anything.
Very well. As far as I'm concerned,
Dragon fruits and mushrooms.
nothing bad happened. Yet. But next time, I would advise a bit more caution. Regardless of your deal, not all devils or demons may not be familiar with it, and they may not respect or recognize it. It is useless for you to throw your life away. Remember your deal with us. We can only protect you if we are around. And to fight these creatures, you would need more than just Lo and Aislinn. Thankfully, we were there, waiting to strike if it was necessary. But I would still prefer to go to the battle, where a victory is assured, instead of risking any losses. That is how we do things around here. Unless the situation is dire. Laszlo,
Yes.
I have noticed that this room is still quite a mess.
Oh. Do you have a request of me? I am waiting for another small vault, but I cannot make them small.
Understandable. It's just that this vault is poking through my room. I have a purple fire there because of this vault.
You can stay in my room and I will sleep with the purple fire until you are satisfied that the workshop is up to scratch.
That is not necessary. It's not a big deal, really. I barely even noticed.
So you're moaning for moaning's sake then? I'd like to speak to you about a strategy, given what's across the causeway.
Very well.
I suppose, what if you go to our back time to consult one of your household about treatment methods for if one of you gets injured?
What sense do you mean?
Talk.
I believe we have some decisions to make.
Say, for
And I have, well, tying back to our original purpose, we have found ourselves in quite an awkward position.
Indeed.
So, we came here to gather blood, yes?
Get to the point.
I'm going to run you through it. There's several different stages. We're here to gather blood, yes?
Yes.
Do you believe that everything that has happened up until this point means that we should leave these lands and look for others, or should we stay?
I do still believe that there is some potential for a successful operation, regardless of how difficult it might be.
Your opinion is to stay then, fine. We then need to make an awkward decision, or a decision to either claim this land, as in the land that we are in and around, or not claim it. Your opinion before we move to the next question.
I do not believe it is possible to claim this land. We don't have enough resources to claim it from these devils, demons, whoever they are.
I don't mean the land in its entirety. I mean a small quadrant of it. Do we want to claim it as our own and begin to build something here? Or Do you not want to claim the land?
Yes, of course. This particular land that our manor is on, and the surrounding area, is ours.
Alright, so we are claiming this land, meaning that we are not going to subjugate ourselves to the devils and live on it by their decree. Is that right?
Indeed, I do believe that is the plan.
Since we want to claim this land, then that puts us into direct conflict with the devils, as I believe from what I've heard they are of a position that they own all of the land, and that to claim that you own part of it would go directly against them. Therefore, we have three choices now. We can either fight the devils alone to claim this portion of land. We can either join other fragmented houses which now face the same challenge, or we can become subjugates. What is your choice?
It is not my choice to make, and we already alluded to the choice. We do wish to fight
I'm
these
not
devils.
asking. So your position is that we should fight the devils.
Yes,
So that we
eventually.
can claim this land.
Once we reach out to them, once we discuss potential other outcomes, once they present us with their offer, once we bargain, and only then.
What other outcomes? I understand your stratagem from a point of buying time. Because right now, organizing this chaos is going to take some time. However, from a perspective of other outcomes, what feasible other outcomes do you see happening, other than fighting the devils?
I do believe that the confrontation is inevitable, but I would still like to see how much they want to strike an alliance with us. What are they willing to offer? And I would much rather bargain for the ability to destroy Jameson once and for all, and then stab them in the back once they present him to us on a silver platter. That was my original attempt that I wanted to bargain for.
Good evening.
You can certainly try, and I don't see the waste in attempting to get them to do something. However, if the fight is inevitable, then we need to make that clear to the members of this household. We need to be preparing for a fight. And I would caution you against getting too distracted by Jameson. Jameson exists, fine. If Jameson doesn't exist, fine. He has little impact on our overarching objective, which is to obtain blood for the homeland.
I beg to
So
differ.
going...
He has great impact on our mission, since he tried to kill numerous of the members of our household, and he almost succeeded.
So much so that he has a direct impact on us potentially getting blood back to the front.
Indeed.
Alright, then it sounds to me like you, as our elder, have two questions to pose to the council. And a stratagem to lay out in front. The alternate was to leave the land, which I don't believe you want to go for, but want to put to the council. You said that we want to claim the land, which is fine. The alternative was to not claim the land, attempt to remain landless and individual, but I doubt that is going to be possible. And that could also put us in a difficult position of fighting both the devils and the other inhabitants. So you've chosen for us to claim land, fine. You think inevitably we will fight the devils because we do not think joining other rebels or becoming subjugates is an option.
Stop
How-
speaking for me. I understand what you're trying to do, but I do not see a rank of an elder on you just yet. If you wish to claim control over this operation, then please do so. But do not see me as a weak-minded fool who you can manipulate.
Damien,
I have
all
not
due
finished.
respect.
I understand what the goal of this operation is. You may not agree with my methods, but there was a time and place to raise these concerns during a meeting with the rest of this household, with the rest of this alliance. We all agreed on a neutral approach when it comes to dealing with these devils for now, knowing full well that the confrontation will be inevitable. This is not just to buy time, it is also to allow us to see how much these devils want to either destroy us or to destroy these lands using us. It would show us their strength, and if there is perhaps hope for us to eventually overcome them. We also agreed that we wouldn't mind to claim territory over these neighbors of ours. Once we sent them to fight these devils first, once they are weakened. That was the outcome of the council meeting that we had a few days ago. Or did you forget?
Am I permitted to speak?
Yes.
You have just claimed that I should have brought this up in a meeting. Yet you have just come back and said that this has painted you as some sort of weakened figure. Would you rather I did this in front of the entire house, or attempted to come to you one-to-one to have this conversation? You are giving me conflicting arguments, Damien. Furthermore, this house is in chaos. Your own brother went against the outcome of that council meeting, and I believe crawled back to this household injured this morning. So if you would like to position yourself as some wise and ambivalent leader who has complete and utter control over what is happening, I would ask for you to quite frankly reflect on the actions of the last couple of days. I am trying to paint us a clear picture moving forward. If you would like to get yourself in a tizzy and tell me to quieten down when I'm trying to force through logic, then that is fine. I will lay my project in front of you. You may make your decision, and you know fine well, I will absolutely follow the path of the Elder. Do not accuse me of attempting to embarrass you when all I'm trying to do is lay out a clear option before you. But it seems as of now, you are unable to not only keep this household in control, but you are unable to keep your own brother under control. So, do I make myself clear from my position, Elder? I am not challenging you for any sort of leadership, Damien. I am merely trying to ensure that one, we fulfill our sole objectives of coming to this land in the first place, and two, making sure that you are aware of all the strategies available to you. You perceived this as an attempt for me to become... I'm sorry you were given... well, misguided perception. That is not my aim is success, Damien. I'm quite frankly insulted that you would think I would want to do anything other than see success of this mission. Now, if this was too much for you to handle at the moment, laying out a stratagem, then you should have told me that. Started running it through with you. Now, are you wanting me to lay out this option in a book for you? It's easier, or would you prefer for me to keep quiet and you can continue running this house as a chaotic carnival? Happy for either option. Please, enlighten me, Elder.
Are you quite done, friend?
Done.
Good. Let me clarify your confusion, one point at a time. I am here to serve the Alliance, this household. And I am here to sacrifice all my experience, all my might, and whatever I can offer, so that this mission can succeed. I am not in control of anyone from this house. Not you, not my brother, no one. I can only offer them guidance. I can only offer them my support if I decide that their cause is worth supporting. But in the end, every decision we make will have to be agreed on during a council meeting. I am not a leader. It was never my role. I appreciate your discretion in trying not to embarrass me in front of the entire council. But if you knew anything about me, you would know that I couldn't give any less of a shit about that. I am not here to win the popularity contest. I am here to serve. I am here to protect.
So if something happens, you know...
Is that clear? Do what you think you must.
Fair point.
Do what you think is right. I will not stand in your way. Not here. Not now. If you wish to hear my opinion, you will hear it in front of other council members. Because I do things properly, and I follow rules.
Vital library.
Rules laid out by those who are not only above you, but also above me.
I don't know where Host Edris is. I don't even know who they are.
Oh, well, The library.
And if you ever speak for me ever again, if you ever even try to insert any of your opinions or ideas in my head, trying to portray them as my thoughts, then I will no longer consider you my friend. So choose
You
your words
realize
carefully.
that you are. You realize what you are doing is basically saying that you will no longer seek my counsel. Is that where we're at? Because if we are, then that's fine. I will no longer
Yet
provide
again,
counsel.
I never said that.
Did you not just say to me, Damien, do not try and insert your thoughts into your head? If I am to provide you counsel, is that not exactly what I am attempting to do?
You
Which I just
misunderstand. What I merely
Then
said
be
is...
more specific, Damien.
Very well. Then allow me to clarify. I do not wish you to believe this false notion that you know exactly what's going on in my head. Do not speak for me. If you wish to hear my opinion, ask for it. But do not present me with these stupid potential possibilities of what I do believe must happen or will happen. I am not interested in your predictions.
I wasn't trying to predict our future, Damien. I was trying to get a sense of what we have in terms of options. And I was asking for your opinion as the elder. You and I seem to have come to this conversation with very different perspectives. You seem to have approached it from the perspective that I'm attempting to influence your thought. I'm merely trying to get a sense from your perspective what options lay out in front of us. I'm sorry if it came across as me attempting to influence you. It was merely me trying to get an understanding of what is going on in your head.
Then let us talk facts.
We've just gone through the facts, Damien. We've just gone through them, and you told me that you've had enough. And I'm, quite frankly, at this point, having enough. On one hand, you're telling me that you won't stand in my way to do anything that I want to do because you're not a leader. But then on the same hand, you're saying all decisions must be made by a council. Do you understand how your laissez-faire attitude here is causing ambiguity?
No, because it makes no sense. The fact that I am not a leader, the fact that I wish for the council to make a decision is not an oxymoron. It is not
You
a conflict.
basically said, make your own decision, do what you want, I won't stand in your way, which is the approach your brother appears to be taking. And then otherwise, you are saying, no decisions can be made without a council meeting. So, is it one, or
And
is
are
it the
you
other,
aware of
Damien?
the full story? Because my brother didn't just decide to go out there and throw his life away. He was present
Alright,
in a group that made this decision because they had... It was about 4 or 5 people. One of them was a fellow elder. Her name is Madame Isabel. Yes, I did not like the decision, but what my brother did was trying to provide them with support and protection. He tried to talk them out of it, but he was unable to do so. The majority spoke, and they decided to do something that I didn't quite agree with.
so then we don't need a council meeting, we just need a majority, is it? I hate to be semantic here, Damien.
Council meeting is the majority. It is the entirety of this house. Yes, if we agree on something, and then another fact comes into the equation, then yes, we may change our opinion. It is not how I would prefer to do things, but then again, I am not the leader here.
Didn't you just say that those council meetings were set upon not by you, but those much further up in the chain? So by doing what they are doing, they're not going against you, but the higher chains of command. I'm a soldier, Damien. Doesn't matter if it's coming for you or not, it's the way we do things. I believe those were your exact words. In a much more condescending tone.
Yes, I understand now where you're coming from. And trust me, I would prefer to do things properly, by the book. Unfortunately. In that
Damien,
particular case,
I believe this conversation is now going in circles. There's no productivity here. You and I have come to a conversation from very different perspectives. I believe that at this point, there is no value in it for myself. I wouldn't dare speak for you, because you have now asked no longer that I provide you any counsel or try and put thoughts in your head.
In
or
that
speak for you.
case, the door is that way.
Oh, I'm already on my way out.
Do not let it kick you.
It would need feet for that.
I stand by my original thought. If you wish to present this to the council, all you need is to call for it.
I'm well aware of council views and how they operate. I don't think I'm the one who needs to take a look at that, Damien. I will take it to the council.
Very well, and I thank you for your feedback. I apologize if you heard that. If you have any questions or opinions, I am willing to talk. And I bet so is Laszlo. Wow.
Someone's gonna approach you. And let's have a walk.
What do you think about fighting a few bears? I have a unrelated debt of diamonds I had to pay someone.
He is right. In everything.
To a certain degree, yes.
I cannot protect you much longer, brother. Or the others in this house.
I appreciate you even trying.
I know
More
you
than
don't
I
need
expected of you.
it. I know you would never ask me for it.
That makes it that more valuable, brother.
I have my hands tied, Draven. Laszlo will talk to the council. He might even go back and talk to Sebastian himself. I'm sure that he's already writing a full report on my incompetence. It is quite possible that I will either be replaced, punished, or reassigned. He's right. We are failing our mission. It was simple. We are supposed to come here to collect as much blood as possible and to meet every opposition with force.
Oh yes, but we forgot to overlook when we were putting out this mission, there is a demonic invasion, brother. I think that part got left out.
Vampires like Laszlo
You would-
do not care. It is an insignificant obstacle. That is irrelevant. He would rather fight and die trying. And risk everything he has, including the life of his own sister, just so this mission could succeed. And that is where we are different. I am not willing to make that risk.
You know, I've changed, brother, over time, when I've been here. I'm not sure if it's good or the worse, but I've changed my perspective on quite a few things. One of it being the way you handle things. I understand why. I understand the longer game. I don't look up close. So I have a request, a simple one. What do you wish to accomplish, truly? And take away the mission. I understand the mission, that one is clear. What do you truly want to accomplish?
There are many ways to achieve victory. I have seen countless wars. I have slayed, killed, viciously murdered many enemies. I've risked my life and the life of my friends before. It has taught me something. It has taught me the value of peaceful resolutions, of clever approaches, and tactics that perhaps the Aldari do excel in a bit more than us. I am not stupid. I understand that sometimes the usage of force, especially the lethal one, is inevitable to make your point come across properly. And I am prepared to make that decision. But the main reason why I'm here, why I asked to be a part of this mission, was to look after you and Darcy. Yes, I will try my best to help our cause, to ensure that this mission will be successful, and that we will gather as much blood as possible. But there is a personal bias here.
You realize risks are gonna have to be taken. And yes, I overheard the entire thing. And yes, I was aware that the decision to go in and find out what kind of fighting force these devils and demons have was foolish. And yes, I could have forced them to stick with my decision, but that would have caused more of a rift in the entire household than if I went along with them and made sure they're safe. But that's not the point I'm trying to argue here. My point is, brother, and we can work actively towards it. I think it's time to put our differences aside and speak more regularly. Find out what each other's ideas are. And maybe make a more decisive one. And perhaps your friend, Laszlo, should no longer be the one that gives you counsel, but it should be me. The thing I've always tried to do is become a part of the council and give my opinion. And if someone might actually take time to listen, and I listen to theirs, perhaps you could finally make it work.
You have proved your wisdom, Draven, and the fact that you are here, willing to accept responsibility, fills my heart with hope and pride. I accept your offer. But we must be careful. Laszlo is a very influential man. He has direct link to Sebastian. He may not be an elder, but he is close. His voice holds a certain value.
Have you seen Lo, by chance?
You mean the green one?
Yes.
Probably in front of the house, if not inside.
That is where she was last spotted. In front of the manor.
Thank you. I'll let you. Yeah, alright. Sorry to interrupt. Thank you.
No harm done.
How much value do you lay in Sebastian and his political friends?
He is the one in charge. Whatever he says, I must do.
That's not what I asked.
I don't have the liberty to express my own thoughts on the matter.
Brother, how much value do you lay with Sebastian and his political friends? How much value do you lay in your closest relatives, aka me and our sister?
You know the answer to that question. the second part and to the first part? Unfortunately, I cannot answer that.
What is stopping you, brother?
My loyalty, my sense, my belief in leadership, and to not undermine the structure that is so important for us, for our survival as a species. I am just a soldier, a servant. It is not my place.
Species? Or this family right here?
This alliance, of course. The best of our species.
Then perhaps listen and heed to my latest advice. Let go of the past.
Ironic, isn't it? You giving that advice to me.
Oh, yes.
There is wisdom in your words. But I do believe that mortals have a saying that you cannot teach an old dog new tricks. I cannot simply change who I am. What else would I have?
You have everything right here. Have you seen everyone in the house? Gladly working together. Gladly making this work. There's even relationships happening right in front of your eyes. Potential for new kin. Potential for new power. Potential for a new family. One that could surpass whatever we have in the older lands. I am tired of old traditions, brother. I'm tired of the old ways. Why are we supplying the old wretched lands that have torn asunder by the war that we have fought, and instead make something else work for us?
Are you proposing a rebellion?
I suppose I am. I want to sever whatever connection we have to the older
Such a good
lands,
timing, Russell, isn't
so I
it?
don't have to deal with it. With
From both of you,
Sebastian
by the
and
way.
his politics and his wanting for domination. It's getting a lot more of our kin killed than you might imagine. You should hear some of the voices on the battlefield. I should know, I fought with them. Some vampires of the newer generation are done listening to barking orders.
And you have my support. You always had it. And it will never change.
Glad to hear that, brother. I have not told anyone else, but I want to inform our sister. This could be a lot stronger bond than we've ever had before. Imagine that. Us two working together.
A family.
Yes, a family. One intertwined with the strengths of the Alderie and the La Rosa. But we should not call ourselves once we decide to do this. We should call ourselves different. I haven't thought of a name yet, but I'm sure we can come up with something. The only problem is Laszlo and his sister. They are too tied to the
Thanks so
older
much for the
lands
follow. So
to set on their mission. I have no idea how to handle this. I don't think they would ever go with whatever I have in mind.
Their old ways are dangerous, and they are bringing us on the verge of extinction. Sebastian will side with them. This was, after all, supposed to be a suicide mission. I can see it now. I can only imagine that he knew about the demons and the kind of opposition we would face here. I do not believe in coincidences.
I do not either. I never understood why he sent us this way. There were far easier lands to conquer. Why this one? What else is he holding back? What else political games are they playing? Don't be a fool, brother. You're smarter than that.
Now I wonder, do Aldari know? Are they in on that?
I don't know. Quite frankly. I only know what you and I think right now. And I know sister would go along quite easily. But I have no beat on anyone else.
We need to be cautious. And we need to talk to Madame Isabel and the others.
For now, brother, keep it under wrap. Let's find a moment when we can talk to our sister. And then we can find a way to slowly let this little seed bloom. I do not wish to let it spring up too early.
Yes, we need more time to think this through. For now, I will try to slow down as much as possible. To buy us some time. You do what you're doing right now. Talk to our sister. Talk to the Eldari. And we'll see how much support we can gather. But I want you to know, I want you to know one thing. This betrayal. There is no coming back. We will be hunted. More than ever.
I understand. I'm very aware. And I know a lot of lives are going to be at risk. That's why I wish to sever any kind of connection. They wouldn't have the people to send over here. But you're also very aware that Sebastian has many spies.
Yes, but I know most of them.
And I'm going to be relying on your knowledge, brother, because I have only one or two maybe in my mind. But you know a lot more than I.
I will give you the list. I have trained most of them.
Right. For now, we just discuss the mere matters that were yelled about. Nothing else.
Of course. I will take some time, and then I will go with my rest.
Of course. If you ever need to find, you know where I live.
Of course. For now. Oh my god, guys. Well, first of all, I didn't expect to be ambushed by freaking Rosso like that. Wasn't exactly ready for that amazing confrontation that was so fitting to both of our characters. Rosso, of course, was very intense, and I'm so glad to finally hear the man, the myth, in action, not being afraid to push me, to my limits like that. Oh boy, he did kick my ass there. But I tried my best to remain consistent, with my character and his beliefs. And I also tried to portray the difficulty of my character's position in this whole manner, and how kind of pressured he is, from multiple angles, from multiple sides, trying his best to keep this alliance together, you know, and for it to not fall apart. And after that exchange, you know, that they had in the council room, that was very heated and amazing, absolutely amazing. Freaking Dark decided to raise the stakes and turn this into one of the most riveting storylines I have ever experienced. Because right now, it makes so much sense for our houses to split apart. Because who better to fight? Who is more active group than us? We have enough people, we know how we fight. We will never get salty if, you know, we raid each other's houses. We don't need to file tickets for that. We're in the same fucking Discord. I think that this gives us a unique opportunity to slowly build up this conflict and to eventually fight it out on the battlefield. Just us against us. Because I can totally see someone like Christoph, Laszlo, Geode's character, Jolene, and maybe even others from Aldari joining them and creating a very badass, powerful tribe that suddenly decides to go rampant and hunt everyone, fight whoever stands in their way, and of course, completely steamroll us following, you know, our leader Sebastian's orders. And us, you know, we will just try to live our happy lives, be very much defensive, maybe even friendly, maybe even asking for help. Other tribes, you know, to help us, to protect us, to shield us. Oh, it's amazing, it's so juicy. Oh, Rosso is absolutely amazing role player, and we are very, very lucky to have him in whatever role he decides to play. Is it true an RP server where conflict doesn't lead to disaster? Listen, Soapbox, I understand that it usually is that way, but if you know me at least a little bit, you will probably know that I've been in those positions before, and it is possible. It is truly possible. There are cynical people who will claim that it is impossible, and there will always be salt. It will generate nothing but frustration from both sides, and people will just, you know, leave RP, leave servers, and leave friendships, and blah blah blah. I don't believe that. I truly believe that if there is an organic conflict, and if both sides are mature about it, and if they care more about the RP than win or loss, then a success is guaranteed. And it is so much needed, exactly, Giddy. Like, we can do campfire RP, friendships, RRP, and I don't know what, forever, and things get so stale and boring. And that's why I appreciate, you know, being surrounded by so many amazing RPers like Rosso and Darek, who recognized that maybe things are getting a bit stale, and we need to, we need to push things from 8 to 11. What the fuck did I miss? Holy, I'm taking a break to eat something and shit hits the fan because I'll find out in RP. You totally did. You totally will, yeah. But I would also kind of recommend checking out the VOD because what just happened was incredible. Story is the success. Win or lose, agreed. Heck yeah. Don't boy me, I'm scared. You should be. We both took the day off and well. Listen. This will not happen overnight. There will be a build-up to it. Yeah, campfire RP is a valid way to RP, you know. You cannot have conflict and excitement all the freaking time. But that's same thing applies for campfire RP. You know, we're not playing GTA. Can't just chit-chat in a parking lot forever.
That's good to hear.
I was coming to see if Aslan was home. He had some things he needed to show me.
Greetings.
I don't know if he's currently here.
Oh, all right.
Impressive job, Akila. It's good to have you back. Who is your friend?
Hi, this is Aslan's friend.
I see.
Hello.
My name is Damien.
It's a pleasure. I'm Taryn.
Let me see inside if he is present.
All right.
Most of the time, so true, Shorty. That's when you start losing me. Aslan, are you available? Aslan? Unfortunately, I do not believe he is currently present.
Alright, well, I can come back later then.
Very well. Is there perhaps any kind of message you wish to leave me with so that I can talk to him? Let him know that you were here.
I suppose just letting him know I was here. He, is supposed to be going to show me some things as, he's hired me to do some work.
His collection of swords or his dance moves?
Not dance moves. I wasn't,
That was a jest. He is known to possess many extraordinary abilities.
Well, then perhaps, when I do see him, I'll have to ask him about the dance moves.
Please do.
Alright, well, it was a pleasure meeting you. And, good to see you again.
You as well.
Alright, I'll be back later then.
I love, like, not saying anything to these people. How are you feeling?
I feel fine.
You look better.
I look like I always do.
What the? Nicely done.
It's what I'm here for.
No, it's not just that. Tell me. Do you want to die?
Well, not really, but it's complicated.
I understand. Life is complicated. For all of us. Even when we think our path is clear. Even when we believe that we made the right choice. Sometimes things happen. And everything is suddenly upside down.
Well, can't change the past.
No, but you can change the future.
My future isn't guaranteed.
No future is guaranteed. You must fight for it. You're a warrior, Aquila.
Am I?
Yes. So start acting like one. You may be tiny. You may be cute. People may see you as a little attraction. But I can see the fire, the passion. want to be the one you decide to unleash it on.
I'm saving that for the devil.
I know. And we will help you. These devils. They threaten all of us. They are an obstacle. And we will overcome it. Together. But we must be smart. Because those devils, they will not play around. They are both smart and powerful. Which means that we must try even harder. You know what we are capable of.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait to show them. Soon. Good night, Akila.
Good night. Auto pep talk. Alright. This is where we'll end it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. That was quite something. Quite unexpected. Oh, fuck you, Dark. Fuck you and everything you stand for. Alright. Let me send you guys somewhere nice. Who do we have streaming? Let me see. Sometimes I miss out people on Weavers. Ooh. There is someone new. Someone I haven't hosted before. I believe.
You can.
Golden Kais. Euryxius of Avernus. I don't know who this person is, but it's someone from Weavers and it's someone new. So, let's go send a raid to them and give them a follow. And we'll see what they're up to. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you tomorrow. Have a lovely rest of your day. And thank you so much for all the RP today. Especially Dark and Rosso. You guys were amazing. Alright. Have a good one. Bye bye.